Okay, so I'm just going to go through this really quickly just to kind of give you an example. So here's my scenario. I'm using untrained college-age females, average age 22, average weight 144 pounds. So again, I'm just putting this up there for myself to be reminded it, but also for whoever's going to be reviewing your article. There's the article, APA format, and there's the link if you are interested in this particular article. So the introduction has several things. This article is generally dealing with weight reduction, and usually we use steady state exercise, appetite suppressants, and lipase inhibitors. Lipase inhibitors basically are food products, supplements that supposedly prevent fat from being absorbed into your body. So people use that to try to lose weight. Green tea extract, or GTE, contains catechins, and catechins have shown to increase fat oxidation during postprandial state, so after eating. So the idea is drink green tea after you eat, and it helps with fat oxidation. It also degrades norepinephrine, and that degrading of norepinephrine takes time, which prolongs the effect of norepinephrine. And what we will find is that the next two things that when you exercise, you increase your catecholamines. Catecholamines are epinephrine, norepinephrine, adrenaline. Okay, so if I can prolong the degradation of norepinephrine, means norepinephrine works for a longer period of time, which means that I burn fat for a longer period of time. So the purpose of this study was to examine the effect of short-term green tea extract and intermittent sprint exercise on fat oxidation in untrained females. So here's the methods. They had 14 untrained females. They excluded those who drank more than 2 cups of coffee a day or those who drank green tea on a regular basis. They did a 10-hour fast, and they measured anthropometric measures, height, body mass, BMI, fasting blood sugar, lipid profile, VO2 max, and maximum power output. So their ISC training included repeated bouts of 8-second sprints, cycling at 60% of maximum power output at a cadence of 110 RPMs. They had a 12-second recovery at 20% max power output at a cadence of 40 RPMs, and they did a total of 20 minutes. The study design was a double-blinded, so they did 2 exercise sessions, either with GTE or a placebo, and they had a washout period of 4 weeks. So what this means is if I went in and I did, and they randomly gave me either the GTE or the placebo, 4 weeks later I would come back, and then I would do the alternate of whatever it was I was taking. So the day before exercise, they took GTE or the placebo with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And the day of exercise, they consumed the product 90 minutes before exercise. So the results that they found, there was no significant difference in mean power output, RPE, lactate levels, RPM, and heart rate between the GTE and placebo. Lactate significantly increased in both groups during exercise. Our respiratory exchange ratio significantly decreased after GTE, and then finding based on their title of their paper, fat oxidation during rest, was significantly increased by 24% and post-exercise by 29%. So, that's a good thing for people who are trying to lose weight because we're increasing our fat oxidation, and energy expenditure is very similar. So then they go on in their discussion about how GTE increases fat oxidation during rest and post-exercise. There's no increase in energy expenditure, and it seems to exert more of an effect on postprandial, so after eating. They also found that plasma-free fatty acid that plasma-free fatty acid, was used, and there was not necessarily a change in intramuscular triglycerides, in other words, the fat within the particular muscle. However, there was increase in fat oxidation with increased intensity. Slow pedaling during recovery may enhance lipid synthesis, in other words, breaking down lipid molecules, and then glycogen resynthesis cannot occur, so lipids have to be used, all right, when you're doing intermittent sprint exercise training. So that's just a very brief overview of what I'm looking for your articles. Remember, you're also going to have a slide that you are going to respond to your classmates. So let me just add that slide, and we're going to put in here response to classmate. All right, and the 3 things that you need to do is what was interesting about the article, what can they improve on? And the third one, let me remind myself here real quick. Oh, and a question, that's right. What question you have for them. So hopefully that will give you an idea on what I'm looking for.